Hey guys, Josh here once again with another Minecraft Pixel Montastic server update video thing. Wow, that's a long title. Um, During my Let's Play series of late, I've been mentioning that I'm working on a new town for the server and we're getting ready to start building the second region. Um, so I'm gonna show that my first build off. It's actually really cool. While we're flying down this pathway, I gotta tell you the lore about it. Basically, they lived here on the shoreline of the ocean. Everything's frozen up, but then there's the ocean there. Um, the way that they got food and resources and all that is they're basically the Pokemon version of a whaling town, and they would go out and they would hunt whale lord, whalmer, like dugong, seals, and all that stuff, and basically got to the point where um, Lugia stepped in and decided to destroy the town. So here's like some of the ruins right now. I'm still adding more onto that. Um, so basically, all of the remainders of this little village that was destroyed got into a ship, started to sail out at sea to find a new place to live. Um, Lugia kept whipping up storms and everything to make it difficult for them, and finally they ran out of food, all that stuff, and they started pleading with Lugia to give them a second chance, and that's what he did. So he whipped up a twister, sent the whole ship deep into the land so they'd be far away from the sea, and threw it on top of a mountain, and then they made a new town. And that's what I've been working on. It's called the Black Ice Village, the town with a darker past, because they butchered Pokemon. Uh, so we'll go in here. I'm using the John Smith texture pack because I've been putting a lot of details into the buildings and stuff, and I really wanted to show it off in an HD texture pack to kind of really give it that extra oomph kind of thing. So here we are, first right into the town. Uh, Here's the gym up here. We'll get more into that in a second. It's got that cool little icicle thing on top. I wanted to try making it a frozen waterfall, and I think it turned out pretty well. Basically, just made the water run down and then traced it with ice blocks kind of things. Um, ooh, hiccup. And then you can just kind of see there's a lot of cobblestone, a lot of darker wood and stuff used in this town, and yeah, I just love the details on it. And each one, before I go any further, here's the ship that Lugia threw on top of the mountaintop, and small attention to detail, which I think was really cool. The way that the wind's blowing the sails is also the same way that the wind is blowing the smoke from these chimneys. And that's all made with using spider web to give it kind of that cool looking thing. Um, this house is one of my favorites. It's four-sided. It's got this roundness to the corners, and then when you go in, it's like a middle fire pit kind of thing instead of a fireplace. Liked how that turned out. A lot of these don't have interiors yet as well, because I'm just trying to get the main village part built with all the buildings and stuff, and a lot of them they just look so cool. Let's just look around at some of the detail on these things. So here's a really big house, and I just love how the outsides look of all these buildings. Um, we go over here. Here's the lumber yard. Since they were given that second chance, they're really big into trying to get resources by a different way, and that's why they use such a heavy amount of cobblestone and wood and stuff. So here's the lumber yard that they use. I know a lot of you watching this are like, oh, this doesn't seem very Pokemon-y, but I don't know. I like to mix it up here and there. So here's a log getting ready to process. Here's some piles of logs that were already cut down. Here's some unprocessed ones. Flight. There we go. One thing I want to do, I haven't gotten around to it yet, is I want to make a tree with all the leaves on it, laying down, so it looks like it hasn't even been de-leafed or anything yet. So I'll probably do that at some point today. The wall's all up. I'll be adding a little bit more detail to the wall. I just wanted to make sure I liked the size of it, and I think I finally enjoy it. Over here, this is the barracks and armory, since another part of this town is how strong they are, strong-willed and kind of like a warrior race, and their Pokemon are the same as that. So this big building's going to be like an armory slash barracks. Top floor is going to be all bunk beds and stuff for like the warriors to sleep in. The bottom floor is going to be like the chill out zone, as well as this back room will be like the armory. Um, all of that is just for decoration and everything, anyways, because there's no weapons or tools on the server. Here's kind of like a little archery range. Jack o' lanterns with a button on their face to aim at. A couple of little fire pits around to keep them warm when they're outside. Um, this cool looking bridge, heavy on the wood again, with some pretty nice details on the side and all of that stuff. And if you look from underneath, it's all zigzagged and everything as well. And then the gym. Here's the gym. It's basically kind of how I wanted it to turn out. A little. These little things on the side there, I wanted them to really like give off the illusion that it's gripping the gym to the top of the side of this mountain. And I think it's okay. Oh, there we go. And then we go inside here. Here's the actual arena thing, and there's all this ice, a little ice chandelier. It's very dark in here too, and there's two reasons for that. First is this is like the ice slash dark town, so it's gonna be a little bit darker, and it's got all the dark wood and ice and stuff. And the second thing is any more of like a light source would make it so the ice would melt like instantaneously. We'll fail at flying again. There we go. So that's just kind of what I wanted to show off in this video. Sounds like we got a bunch of other cool builds coming up here. Crazy is working on a electric slash ghost type, and hers will kind of be the same premise as that gym, where it'll be darker, but hers is going to be able to alternate between like a lighted up town or like a really dark ambiance town, and I think that's really cool. Oh, and then I did these little like lantern thingies with the fire in them. I was going to do a different design with glowstone and all that, but it was a little bit too detailed, and I wanted these just to be able to be quickly thrown up as I build, so I don't have to pay too much attention to the details, and I think they still turned out pretty well. As far as what's left here, this huge empty spot's gonna have two or three more buildings or like houses and stuff. Um, then some more trees and detail, and then of course I got to do all of the interiors yet. But just wanted to give you guys a cool video on what I've been up to. So thanks for watching. Check out the server. I'll post a link in the description. If you haven't played Pixelmon or even know what it is, check that out. I'll post that link for their website in the description as well. It's super fun. Um, yeah, we have a great server, building a lot of great people on it, and hope to see you here. Peace.